So I've been using this putter, the Copper Spider X from TaylorMade, since it came out in 2019. We're coming up on 6 years with this club in the bag, and if you've been a viewer of the channel for that time, you would know me and this putter are inseparable. I've made a lot of nice putts over the years with it. It's won me some nice cash and some skins games and some money games, and I've always said in every single What's in the Bag since 2019, it was going to take something very special to take this out of the golf bag. Well, last April, something very special came around, the L.A.B DF3. I tested it, reviewed it, and I loved it. But then as I used it just a little bit more, there was a few things that left me wanting, and it just wasn't perfect enough to replace this putter. But then a few months ago, L.A.B started teasing this collaboration with Adam Scott, the Oz.1, and everything about the looks of that putter had me so excited to think maybe, just maybe, this could replace my Spider X with something even better, even more stable. So let's stop talking about it. Let's open this box and see what it's all about. So in collaboration with Adam Scott, interesting though, because Scotty's not using the putter, but he helped design the putter. And when I saw it, it was music to my eyes, because everything about the form of it, the shape of it, really connected closely with what I've come to know and love in that Spider X. Let's just get into it. This looks so good. I mean, all the stability, the lie angle balance, but a smaller form. I love that I could do a super stroke grip on it now, because if I'm honest, the grip was part of the thing that I just didn't love about the DF3. It's a little bit too big, and I was kind of guessing when I was ordering it, and that kind of press that was built into it just messed with me. It didn't feel intuitive. It didn't just kind of keep me in my flow when I was putting. But this, I mean, this looks like a tour putter. It doesn't look like kind of a silly, gimmicky putter, as much as that maybe looks, but that thing performed so well. So let's just roll a few with it right now. So these first initial rolls won't be as mind-blowing as when I putted the DF3 for the first time here in the studio, because that was just crazy. I'm familiar with the stability. I'm familiar with that balance. But to put this super stroke on it, which is a grip that I've used for 6 years, the Pistol 1.0, it's so familiar to my hands, and the lines, I tried to make them as comparable to what I really like line-wise in the Spider, and then the compact size of it, and not the way the Mez is with some flanges. This looks fantastic to me. And one of the things that the DF3 left me wanting was the face. It felt just a little dead off the face. And when they were talking about this, and I was seeing pictures about this insert, just for a little more tour-inspired feel, again, it got me salivating, really. It feels really nice off the face. Because it's apparent, L.A.B putters do feel like cheating inside 8 feet. It's just so easy to get that putter face right back to where you aimed it. But I did notice longer range on faster greens was a bit of a challenge, in the lag putting, the feel, that's very, very important to me. And it's just something that I had a hard time parting with and replacing Spider. But the feel of this face instantly feels really stinking good. And you know what's awesome is I have a tee time tomorrow for my buddy's 40th. So I'm going to take this out for my first round. I'm going to let the camera run, and let's just see how it performs out on the golf course when trying to make putts that matter. So straight from the box to the first tee, basically. Unfortunately, it was like 30 degrees, rainy and windy, but we set a tee time for a buddy's 40th. We're gonna be there. Wasn't the best conditions to fully kind of get a feel for how this putter would perform. I made some nice putts with it. The lag putting was really good, but the conditions were miserable. So even asking my buddies to film the putts here or there was just a big ask. There's a few that you're seeing here. It felt good, but out there, it was hard to even feel your hands. Like, you're wearing a hoodie. We were bundled up. We did not have enough layers for the conditions. We had a great time, but it was not a great round to fully see what this thing could do. But what I did do out there, it was nice. It rolled like the DF3 did. It felt good. It felt more receptive off the face, which is what I experienced in here. But then it was a matter of just spending more time practicing with it and just getting a better feel for it and comparing it to what DF3 felt like, but what my gamer of so many years feels like and why I love it and trust it. And in practicing with it, I definitely noticed maybe it's the grip, maybe a slightly smaller grip than with the DF3. I could feel myself release it because the way that I putt with the Spider X, I have a little bit of release because you have to. The face is kind of opening to closing ever so slightly because of the toe hang. I could see myself missing putts left with this when I was practicing because there is a little bit of that release. I played a skins game with it and I made 2 short birdie putts, but I putted well for the 6 holes we played, but I have a tendency to want to release it because it feels like Spider X, but the weight in here, the way that it's balanced, you don't need to release it. It's going square to square. So practicing with it, it was feeling good, and the insert definitely gives me more feel. I said the DF3 felt a little dead off the face, especially when you got into longer range. I really struggled with that. It was a challenge to feel my weight. But this insert definitely is more responsive to my liking, and the lag putting, the longer putting definitely felt more responsive and easier to judge and feel what it was like off the face to get a feel for, a long putt downhill, a long putt uphill, whatever the case may be. Just the practice session that I was having with this was definitely making me think I could do more with this and feel more comfortable with this than I did with DF3, given different lag putting scenarios. So I didn't get a good full 18 holes for content purposes. I got some good practice. I thought, why not go play 9 holes, film every putt we get, and let's talk about it, and let's see if what I've been experiencing in a little bit of practice compared to what DF3 felt like, compared to what my gamer feels like, what would that translate to on a golf course? So the back 9 at Southampton's, first one, downhiller, and I definitely felt myself kind of release it, caught it a little bit off the toe, pulled it a hair, snuck it on by, but then just trust the kind of face being square on the short putts. So easy to make these inside 4-footers with a L.A.B putter. It's really wild. The second hole came up a little bit short, so this was a good test in the lag putting, and stone dead, perfect lag putting. Missed the green here on the par 3, so now I've got this look for par, and it's a good putt. I just missed it left because I release it, and that's one thing that I'm going to have to work on here. So then we get to the 13th hole. I'm playing through the group here. I've got 30 feet for eagle, and now I'm like, hey guys, I got to film this. I'm just testing, and I knock it in, and they're saying, oh, you guarantee the putter? I mean, it's a pretty good putter, but yeah, that's pretty good. You play through a group, you bounce back from a bogey with an eagle. Next hole, just hit it. It was a great putt.
Oh, hit it.
Just hit it.
Gosh.
Then the next hole I chipped in, so we're now 2 under par, filming a putter video, and you chip in. What are you thinking? So then I missed the green here on 16, and this is where DF3 was automatic. When it was like 6 feet and in, just like set it and forget.
Trust it. Step up and trust
It was the trade-off. I felt like I didn't have much in the lag putting feel, but then the short putt was just like you could literally just shut your eyes and do it. I just have to trust, don't release it. Don't try to release the putter head. And yeah, solid. And the next hole, I hit a great drive. I had a little tree trouble on my second shot, so I had to chip out. So now we're kind of scrambling for par again. Solid. So automatic. And then on 18, longer range birdie putt. See, that was a little bit off the toe, but it was like so solid. Freaking make it. Even being a little bit off the toe, it's so solid. The distance control, the feel off the face. I definitely will need a little bit of work if I'm going to keep this in the bag. Just trusting the alignment and trusting the face to stay square. Not that I have to do anything. I think the grip, being a bit smaller, like my old grip, definitely in my muscle memory thinks you need a little bit of release, but I don't need to release it. The stability, the balance is there. The face, the feel is so much better to me than the DF3. I can see myself using this because I don't feel like I'm compromising on longer range lag putting, because that's something I've always been quite good at. And then given the situations, short putting's never been a weakness, but the nerves can get there. But it's like I didn't want to give up the lag, the feel putting by using DF3, but I feel like this insert gives me the feel off the club face that I want on those longer range putts. The look is so good to my eye. I've already said that. The smaller form of this head, the balance, everything. I just need to trust the alignment a little bit more because the DF3 was so easy to line up, especially on short putts. And then it just like boom, boom, it gets right there. This takes a little bit more, I think, like athleticism. You got to be a bit more of a golfer with this putter head because it's not so cut and dry how easy it is to line up. But I like that. I want to have a level of athleticism when I do putt, like reacting. And I feel like this offering from L.A.B gives me that. And that's why I can confidently say I think this is going to stay in the bag for the foreseeable future. It's going to take some really bad luck to take this out of my bag and put Spider X back in. I'm so loyal to Spider X, but I feel like I can stay the course with this. So follow along. Let's just see as I film throughout the rest of the year, as we get into a what's in the bag, if this bad boy stays in the bag, because I can't say enough good things about it. It's everything I didn't get out of DF3, I feel like I'm getting in the Oz. Yeah, L.A.B, well done. They're crushing it. They're making so many great putters that so many people are making more putts because of. So yeah, very impressive stuff. They're ahead of they're one of a kind, ahead of the curve when it comes to this. People are trying to duplicate them, but they're struggling too because Sam and the team there, they've just done something really special with their putters. And this one, to me, is the best that I've hit from them. So yeah, I'm happy to keep it in the bag. And we'll see you next video.